Hello, today we're going to take a look at what it takes to do HL7 in Jitterbit. And what we're going to be doing here is going ahead and reading from a FTP HL7 file and dropping it off on a Postgres database. So I'm going to go ahead and kick this off. It's going to go ahead and do that process. And I will show you what that HL7 looks like here. So pretty standard HL7 format. We do have an embedded JPEG. During this demo, we won't actually be reading it, but it's absolutely something we could do is take that, turn it into a binary, drop it off on a file, upload it to a database as well, whatever you need to do. But it does work with Jitterbit in the HL7 process. So this is the file that we're looking at, and that has ran. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the output here in the database. So we have that new Jack Sparrow added to the database, and it could be going to a database. It could be going to, whatever target you want to, just formatting it into JSON, dropping it off on a local share, things like that can also work. So we have our data where we wanted it to go, but let's take a look at what that is in Jitterbit. So we have that initial file that we're picking up. So we are picking up this ORU file from our FTP site. Again, that could be coming from an FTP, it could be a local file, it could also be an API where somebody pushes you an HL7 as well. So we're receiving that and we're gonna be transforming it. And so as part of that, here is the HL7 format that we see here on the left, and on the right is a database that we have set up with just a few fields exposed. One thing, it is a drag and drop, so left from right, but you can also, if you'd like to, load some sample data, which I'll go ahead and do here, is load up that file so that we see that it go from left to right. So this is the EDI plugin that does that transformation from an HL7 format into something that works very easily within Jitterbit. And you'll see that here. And here we go. So these are the values that were in that field. So it helps with that initial mapping or checking out if you had a transformation come through that wasn't just right. You can load it up to see, well, what did we actually think was in the file and what do we think was in the row? And so you can also test it. So if you have any transformations or anything on this side, say, for instance, it's coming in uppercase, but you want it to lower, you can do that as well. This is a fully functional scripting engine. It's not needed, but oftentimes the data that we're getting is maybe not in the format we need it. So we have over 200 functions here to format that, whether it's string manipulation, date, calculations, things like that can also be handled here. So we go ahead and okay that. So you'll see we have a new information there. So let's go ahead and test that transformation with those changes we've made. And now you'll see we're going to have lowercase Jack going into the database. So again, let's go ahead and save this. Let's go ahead and execute that again. That's going to pull that same file, but with those changes we made to the transformation just to see that go into the database as well. All right, so let's go ahead and run this. So now you'll see we have that lowercase Jack in the database as well. All right, and going back here to Jitterbit. So this is the pretty basic step, but you can make it as complicated as you need it. So on success of this, you could do additional operations, or if you don't want to go to a database, you want to go to another application, you can absolutely do that within Jitterbit. So if you have any questions, please let us know. Thank you.